Hello and welcome back to another brand new episode of Career Mode. Today we'll be off to sunny Silverstone hopefully, and that will be followed up by Aragon. Can we keep our strong points finishes on the cards? Let's find out. So here we are in qualifying for Silverstone. Thankfully it is a sunny weekend. We don't have to deal with adverse weather conditions. We can just focus on getting the most out of the bike around this track. Now this has been so far in practice, and I actually went through Q1 but I managed to get through. It has been quite a difficult weekend. It's very hard track, very fast, so being in first person and having to throw this Moto2 bike in and commit, it is quite difficult. As you see, we've come through sector 1, we're 0.6 over, so just compounding the statements I just made of being very difficult track in first person. Yeah, it's going to be a difficult race. I need to qualify well, and hopefully if I can get a good start and get away with the top men and see what I can do from there, but it's not going to be easy. It's a long lap. It's going to be a difficult old race. I actually really like this track as well. It's just on career mode, it's something about it I can't get on with. It's quite tricky. 0.8 over as we come into sector 3 now, so we're quite a bit over, so we're not really going to be in the top 10, I don't reckon, not if we find loads of time in the last two sectors, but it is unlikely. Currently Raul Fernandez sits on pole, working up to the third timing split as we speak. We're second over, so we're going to have pretty good last sector if I'm going to even be not last in this session. So down into Brooklands, we go wide there, but we bring it back for late apex, and into the last corner then of Luffield. The last full corner, and it's just a kink on the last bit here to fly through to the home straight. Can we go through Woodcut and get it on pole? No, we can't. So P12 in the end. Not a great qualifying. Struggled. Now just have a look at that. Remy Gardner on soft. What is that about? I just noticed it there myself. Why is he on a soft? There's no track. I can't think of any track that a soft is a viable rear tyre on a Moto2 bike. Never mind 6, 7, 8 laps around. I think 6 laps maybe? 7 laps? 6 laps of Silverstone. But anyway, 5 red lights. We're off. We've dropped back to P13, so we're going to need some serious bits of fortune really to get up the front. Already Schotter and Raul Fernandez are 1-2. It's not going to be an easy race, as I keep saying. Jake Dixon, the home favourite, is doing well up in P12. Now can we tag onto the back of these lads, get a bit of slipstream? A great slipstream off Dixon. Can we get up the inside of Tony Arbolino as well? And Baldassari, 3 bikes. Baldassari braves it on the outside, and so does Arbolino actually. You should be able to cut it back as Dixon goes up the inside, does contact, and he's gone down. He was a byproduct of 2 riders going around my own side and left me in nowhere, and he kind of just went for it. So fortunately the home favourite was slightly aggressive on the opening lap, a bit zealous we could say, and he's after putting himself out of the race, which is terribly unfortunate for the homeboy of Jake Dixon. But nonetheless, we are here at the midway point of lap 1, P12, exactly where we qualified. Arbolino just ahead of us. There's a bit of a train up to Schrotter, so if we could get maybe some slipstream going on, we might be able to kind of piggyback our way up there, but I feel like my pace is just good enough to kind of hang on to this group at best, using a bit of a power mode 3 here and there and getting a bit of slipstream on the Hanger straight and the Wellington straight. And yeah, we go right around the outside, going for the very aggressive line, puts us on the right line then for Luffield here. Go wide and see can we cut it back again, but going to be incredibly difficult to pass anyone coming through this last corner here of Woodcut. It's going to be incredibly difficult to pull off what Alex Rins did here to Marquez, but we will try our best at some point in the race if the opportunity presents itself. Oh, Tony Arbolino getting it all out of shape. Coming in now to Magnus and Beckett. It's slowly but surely dropping back, I reckon. Oh, touching the curb. That could have been a crash. That could have so easily been a crash. We got our first track limits warning of the race. And I fear there could be some more coming our way in the race if we're not careful. So Yeti, the Sky VR6 rider, is the one behind us. So yeah, give a little tap there to Arbolino. P11. Oh, there he goes. I knew he was there somewhere because it said P11 and he just flew up me inside and completely caught me by surprise. Now we're just trying to get in a rhythm. Oof, we got a snap on heavy braking there. The bike snaps sideways on me. Oh, just a small bit of contact there between myself and Lorenzo Baldassari. Now we seem to be slowly dropping back from Arbolino. The top 10 have a bit better pace than me. Don't seem to be able to latch onto the back from the way I hoped I could, but I'm not too surprised either. Once again, braking much later than the eye, going for the outside berm line. Got that a bit wrong that time though. Slightly sacrificed my run for turn 17 Luffield. I got a bit of a weird exit as well, so very tricky track. You make one mistake, so 2:05.9 for Raul Fernandez and a 2:06.7 for me, so I'm quite a bit off the pace over the one lap, but we still have plenty of time left. We've closed right up onto the back of Tony Arbolino, and I think Boben Schneider is the rider just ahead. So again through Mags and Beckett's, touching the curbs, make it very, very easy to crash if you come off one of them curbs the wrong way. We can see in Sector 1, through Mags and Beckett's, they have so much more confidence than me, and I lose so much time and I have to gain it all back in the brakes in other areas of the track. Down into Vale here, I feel much stronger than on the brakes. You can see I make up plenty of time. I'm right on the back of them again, but then we come through this corner here, turn 9, turn 10. This little section here is very difficult through club to get it right, and the AI seem to get it right every time, whereas I maybe 1 in 4 laps nail it. So second track limits warning, not ideal, but half race distance now, so we're not doing too bad on the track limits warnings. Still sitting at the back of this group. Fuel is looking okay. We got that all wrong. I did jinx myself. That's a third track limits warning. Now we're going to have to be absolutely inch perfect for the rest of this race to stop us from getting a penalty. We can't afford a fourth track limits warning, as we're right on the back again. So we have sectors where they pull away, we have sectors where we pull them back, but we don't seem to get close enough to pass in any of these sectors. As we come up to start lap 4, a 2:06.2 for me, so my personal best, and only 3/10 off the fastest lap. I have a massive moment in Cops Corner, turn 1 for the GP bikes. It was a small little kicker, little bump on entry, and I get Mags Beck's all wrong this time. Small bump, and it really kicks up everything for you. If you hit it wrong, you could easily crash there. I got away lucky, but look at it. Look, we've already lost a second alone in Sector 1. Baldassarri not too far behind. They shall be catching me if I keep this mistakes up. And unfortunately for me, Remy Gardner with his software tire is leading. So somehow the AI are making that one work. He was the only one I saw with a software tire, so I'm not really sure how he's getting that to last. I'd imagine he's going to start falling back soon. But usually the AI can manage it better than the player. For some reason they can. It's like they have traction. Obviously these Moto2 bikes don't have traction, but it feels like the AI do have traction. A lot of the times in the wet they're 2 to 3 seconds a lot faster, and it's just because they have traction, and out of the slow corners and the long corners they have traction kicking in and helping them, whereas we don't. But once again we stabilised the gap. It's front end has gone very light now, washes out in the middle of turn 14. So we're having a poor lap here. We've dropped right off the back of Arbolino and Joe Roberts. And it's actually Baldassarri who's closing on us, so we're kind of dropping backwards towards them. Can't seem to hit any apex. I'm running wide everywhere. Something I'll have to try and rectify. Getting on the inside curb again could easily have been another crash. Curbs are treacherous around here. Up to the line. Ooh, that was risky. I had to risk it though, because I had no way if I could have rolled off like that. They would have been. They already are on the back of me. They would have passed me into turn 1. So now penultimate lap time. Again, tyre wear. Tyre's gone off. We're having an awful time trying to get the bike changing direction. Look how bumpy it is. Touching the curbs again. We're having huge moments through Mags and Beckett's every lap. Vietti ahead now as well, along with Lorenzo Baldassarri. Getting very good slipstream now, keeping in power 2. We're going to have to brake early. We ran out of straight before we could pass them. Oh, we get caught up on the back of Lorenzo Baldassarri. We're going to go for down into Vale. We're going to get Vietti as well by the look of it. No, we're not. We were close, but he managed to just roll off the brakes and block the door for me. Try and take a defensive line through Club Corner, and I don't think it's worked. So, funnily enough, we got a 4 track limits warning. Just as I was about to say, Remy Gardner has dropped out of the top 3. That could have been the 5th there if we touched the green. I lost so many laps of the weekend from that. But yeah, so Remy Gardner has disappeared out of the top 3, and so is Raul Fernandez for now. Very, very close to the green, the grass on the outside there. That could have been that would have been a helicopter crash if I came out of that. So yeah, we're pushing hard to see can we get on the back of Vietti. There's a big train. If we had slightly better pace, the top 5 would have been easy there, because they're all just, even leaders, you can still see him after this. So like, as speaking of Remy Gardner, he's there, he's on the outside. We nearly into the back of him. He must have, it must be the rear tyre has gone off. It must be. I remember seeing at start the race thinking, no way is he gone for a soft. I mentioned it in the commentary. I cannot believe, I've never seen an AI drop back. They usually slow down, but he's, and there's contact and he's down. He managed, oh my god, I had a massive moment myself. And the bike veered across towards him. We collided and he's crashed. Baldassarri gave me a look of disapproval. He didn't like that. Now we're in P12 again, so where we qualified, can we get Baldassarri? We go for around the outside. We managed to get the move done. Can we hold it tight? He sends it up to the inside. He's running me wide on the MV. Sits me up. And there's more crashes down. Bo Benschneider's down. Igor's down, so we're up to P11. Bo's just picked the bike up in time to get to the line. We're going to try an Alex Rins move. Can we get up the inside? We're going for it. We're stuck on the inside of him. And we've done it. We got P10. A good recovery ride. Strasser wins it from Raul Fernandez and Augusto Fernandez in 3rd. We're down in 10th. And Remy Gardner 21st. So I've decided to go and have a look at what happened to Remy Gardner. So you see him here. I'm focusing on him. You'll see as we come out. This is Vale here. And watch now as we come into club corner. So there, look, you can see the rear moving around. Joe Roberts just picks the bike up and drives under him. But look how much sideways it's gone. He's just slid off track. And you see me just there after take evasive action. His rear tyre was just shot. He probably had no tyre left because he just had no pace. The championship is down to 9 points. So with that, we move on to qualifying for Aragon. Raul Fernandez currently sits in provisional pole, the championship contender, up against me. I like this track a lot again. It's again another track that's very difficult. But we'll see. At the moment we're in Q2, we're in P14. We've already set one lap time and put us 4th, but we've dropped back to 14th. People have improved, so we've gone again, another fresh set of softs. Really trying to abuse the bike this lap, and we're only a 0.2 over in sector 1. We're on a slightly deep in turn 7, we have to pick it up and square it off, but we're up by 4/10 on my previous lap, so we're doing quite well. Down into the reverse corkscrew they call it, turn 8 and turn 9. Very fun track. I don't know if I'll be able to win around here though. I don't know if my pace is even good enough for top 5. It's very... Oh, as I say that, only less than a 10th off at the moment, so I'm doing quite well. So I'm even surprising myself with my own pace. But I do feel here in turn 13 or 14, sector 3, I do struggle a touch. Pretty clean this time around. How much time would I lose? Yeah, I did lose a good 3-4 tenths in that sector, but last sector I'm quite strong. I feel into the last corner I feel like I can take a lot of corner speed, so hopefully I'll be able to make up a bit of time. Very aggressive on entry, down as far as 3rd gear, 90 miles an hour, fully leaned over, up through the gears now to the line, touching the car. That's probably cost me a 10th, and it puts us 4th. So a decent qualifying. Can we back it up with a good result? So I've gone for hard rear tyre. Raul Fernandez has gone for medium. Everyone else in the top 6 has gone for a hard. Bezecchi as well, risking it. Jake Dixon double soft. That's going to backfire. It's extreme temperature, so a double soft is not going to work. So yeah, maybe with a hard rear tyre I'll have a bit more support. I felt like I've been lacking a bit of edge grip. I've had a lot of rear chatter and pumping. So 5 red lights, here we go. And we're off. A bit lax on the start. I didn't get the exact launch I wanted. I've lost the position already to Augusto Fernandez, and Joe Roberts dives up my inside. So it's critical now I get in behind these boys and see if I can get pulled away like I hoped I would in Silverstone. We're going to get up the inside Joe Roberts. We do, so I already get back at Joe Roberts. So now P5. So Augusto Fernandez has robbed us the position that we wanted. Off the line, he got a great launch. I got a poor one, so no surprise there. Now, can and do I have the pace to stick with these guys? It's a very bumpy track again. A lot of difficult blind corners, blind apexes. This is a very difficult track here, or corner even, this downhill corkscrew. So far we seem to be able to match their pace, so we're doing okay. Raul Fernandez, the second man in the championship, already out front at his home race. I do fear he might be able to pull away on the mediums, but will he come back to us late in the race? We're late on the brakes, closing right up to the back of Augusto Fernandez, but come back to Raul. He might be able to break the pack with the pace, and then medium tyres. The question is, will they last? I'm not too sure, judging what happened to Remy Gardner with a soft in Silverstone. I reckon the mediums might go the distance here, but I wouldn't mind if he's had it coming back to me towards the end of the race. Now it all depends on how good my pace is though, because if I'm not there to capitalise, he'll still use it to his advantage. We get right up to the back of Augusto Fernandez, down into turn 16. Running up massively wide, Okay, so you can just see again there a bit of pumping at the rear. Not being able to put the power down exactly like I'd wanted. But lap 1 done. We have a small gap over Marco Bezzecchi, the other man in the top 10, running a medium rear. So a typical Moto2 race at the moment. We're all in formation, just ticking away the laps. A 7-lap race here. It's quite a long race, so it's critical I get myself out of the first few laps, out of trouble, which I've done, and now I can just build upon way as I get that all wrong. Get up onto the inside curb and then the outside curb there, so maybe just riding slightly above my limit for now, but we'll see. Let's see what this race holds. So already 1 track limits warning. The rear end pushing the front there into this downhill right-hander. So as I feared, Raul Fernandez is gapping Aaron Canet. So it looks like Remy Gardner might have the pace to catch him. He is on hards. Learned his mistake from Silverstone. We've managed to pick up our pace slightly. I say slightly, we're second under our own PB, so we're on for an absolute barnstorming lap. Power to 3. Gonna pick up a lot of time on this back straight here with the slipstream. We go for double overtake into the final corner. Fly past him. Throw it in. Now usually they cut it tight here and they try and overtake you again back into this corner, but no re-overtaking. So we're coming up 1.3, so we're surely going to set the fastest lap of 52.4. That's faster than my qualifying time on softs with a harder tyre down into turn 1. We are demon on the brakes into turn 1. We seem to be able to get this bike stopped very late. We're very close there to getting our second track limits warning, so we're back on the podium. It's where we need to be. We're having a bit of a Joan Mir championship year, really. We're not flush with the wins, but we're thereabouts everywhere. We're trying to get the maximum at all times. We're going to be going to have to dig deep. I think next up is Misano, one of my favourite tracks. I really hope that I can win there. That will be one I'll be looking to get a victory there. Phillip Island, Sepang, there are another couple of tracks that I really like and hope I'm strong at. Phillip Island more so, I reckon I can have a good race there. But yeah. Now will we be able to get Remy Gardner? Now I don't know about pulling in Raul Fernandez, because he's well up the road. He's quite a few seconds up, and again into this downhill left-hander of turn 12. We gain a lot on the brakes on Remy Gardner. Earlier in the year he was our main championship contender, up there with Sam Lowes, and if you look at Sam Lowes now, he's dropped right off. A bit like John McPhee in Moto3. Started the year immense hot, fast out of the blocks, and lost it. But nonetheless, here we are gaining with power 2 on the back of Remy Gardner. We go to the outside, same move we done on Canet. Into the last corner, we run slightly wide, we have to go back to third. Surely he fights back. Yeah, I predicted it. Now, can I get him back into turn 1? Like I said, I feel like I'm a demon on the brakes into turn 1. Stick it up to power 3. We get a good bit of slipstream. I'll come down into turn 1. Hard on the brakes. We're in it just a touch hot. Is he going to cut us up? There he goes again. Flies back past. So great battle here between us and Remy Gardner. Irishman versus Aussie. But look, it doesn't look like we're done yet. We're still sticking right with him. Quick peek over my shoulder just to make sure I'm not going to get mobbed from behind. But Augusto Fernandez is about a second behind me, so we should be alright to keep battling. But maybe we have a big moment there as we touch the curb. Maybe Remy Gardner is pulling me towards Raul Fernandez, so maybe if I can just sit in behind him for this lap and see where we'll be at by the end of this lap. I feel very comfortable on the bike at the moment. Fuel load's gone down, the hard tyres feel great. It's the best I've felt all weekend on the bike. At the best time of the weekend to have as well, to have the real feel of the bike in the race. Once again, we're catching him on the braking into turn 12. He's definitely clawing in Raul Fernandez, but maybe if it was a 10 lap race we'd catch him, but I don't think we're going to have enough. Now again, maybe I try it now this time into the last corner. We're up to power mode 3. Just a second to burn off the excess fuel. I don't think we have enough fuel to catch him. Just putting him in the slipstream. I don't know if we're going to be close enough. Brake late, but we're not. He goes for a very sweeping line in. We keep him 4 gear this time. Drifting the rear, so the rear end just protesting underneath me. Didn't get a great drive off the corner, and that has cost me a good couple of tenths to the back of him to get him into turn 1. Nowhere near enough to pass. I'm in hot though. Took a big gamble there, braking late into 1. I pulled in a good tenth or 2. Now, main thing is now I have a good opening half the lap, and I can be on the back from then. First sector's been good. We're right with him. Just over a tenth and a half behind him. And again, we're pulling him in. So maybe, just maybe, P2 is on the table. We've pulled away from Bezzecchi. We were in a bit hot. We're going to run it deep. Is that the mistake that costs us P2? We got the wheelie on exit as well. It's gone up to about half a second. So I reckon, without a mistake from regard, nose up, we got actually a very good line through there. We pulled the time right back. We're right back with him. But will we be able to make it past stick? Remy Gardner has been very elusive when we've tried to pass him so far in this race. We fly up through the gears. Let's come down to turn 12. Lay it on the brakes once again, trying it on the back of him. We're in a bit hot this time. Surely that's P2 gone. Surely I'm not going to be able to get him. So again, it looks like he even won't be able to pull in Raul Fernandez. I'm going to try and open up turn 15 and get a good run on. I don't have much fuel to burn. I'm going to stick it up anyway for a second, but I'm actually going to have to bring him back down because I can't afford to run out of fuel. Bezzecchi's too close behind. But yeah, it looks like it's going to be P3 without a mistake from either of the Red Bull boys in front. So, solid recovery ride. Back from a disappointing result in Silverstone. Just was missing a couple of tenths there. And around here, we've managed to bring it back for very, very solid P3. So we take the fast lap of the race. Raul Fernandez wins it from Remy Gardner and myself, and that has tied the championship up. 184 points each, Remy 10 behind. So the championship ever so close. We only have about 6 races left. Just 10 points between the top 3, all on equal machinery. What can we do? So I'm going to leave that there for this episode today. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed it, hit the like button below. Subscribe for more videos like this and totally other videos on the channel. I should have episode 27 up in the coming days where we'll have Misano and probably Chang. So look forward to that. We surely will be able to have a good result in Misano if all goes to plan. But once again, thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one.